Hello and welcome back to the Credit Academy. On today's episode, we want to talk a little bit about where you can check your Vantage scores. So before we go ahead and jump on into anything, I do want to say if you like or enjoy the content we produce here on the Credit Agents, definitely be sure to give us a like as well as subscribe and hit that bell notification icon to get notified anytime we go live with a new video. Also, comment any questions or concerns you have regarding credit for the chance to be featured in a next video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into it. So if you do recall, with the FICO scoring model being more popular, weighing in at 90% of all lenders using it, Vantage score does still hold some weight. Now, 80% of the 25 largest lenders in the country actually use Vantage scores. So, and about 8 billion scores are also issued per year. It's by no means discredited in comparison to your FICO scores. Now, even though Vantage scores aren't considered as much for mortgage loans, they still hold a lot of weight for things like apartment leases as well as auto loans. So they're very, very important factors to consider, and it's definitely still worth keeping track of your Vantage scores. So according to a study done by Lending Point, 74% of Americans are impacted by having a negative kind of credit score, and it definitely is holding them back from what they want to do financially. Now, you can't necessarily improve your situation if you don't know what your score is at. So it's very important to keep track of your credit score as well as any changes that are occurring along the way. According to the official Vantage scoring website, and I quote here, Vantage score is proud to be the first commercially available credit score to be provided free to its consumers. Honestly, it's pretty simple to get a hold of your kind of Vantage score, but here are some great websites you can go to. So the first kind of website I want to talk about is going to be JP Morgan Chase. Now, if you bank with Chase, you probably recognize their credit journey section of their mobile and desktop app, which honestly is a great feature. It allows you to not only check and track your credit score changes, but also the factors that go into it as well as trends over time. So very, very powerful tool for you, especially if you're starting off with your credit building journey or you're rebuilding your credit, to really keep up to date on all the changes happening over on your scores. So it is to note the version that JP Morgan Chase does provide you with is going to be the Vantage Scoring 3.0 model, which is going to be the majority of kind of the models that are offered through the websites we'll talk about. So moving on, the most popular website, which you've all probably heard of, is going to be Credit Karma. Now, it is a common misconception that Credit Karma gives you a FICO score. In fact, it doesn't. It's going to be a Vantage 3.0 score, but it's also going to be from Experian and TransUnion. So you're only getting two of the three major credit bureaus here, but it's still a very good website to be checking your Vantage scores at. So next up, we have Credit Sesame, which you're only going to have access to TransUnion's Vantage 3.0 score through this website. But on the bright side, you'll at least have credit tools to kind of steer you in the right direction. So it does make up for this a little bit when it comes to that kind of unique feature. And next up, if you bank with Capital One, you may recognize the name CreditWise. Now, it is going to give you access to your Vantage 3.0 score, and you'll get updates on the weekly as well. So if you are banking with Capital One, this is a fantastic option for you to really consider. So next up, we have Wallet Hub, which gives you the ability to check your Vantage 3.0 score through TransUnion absolutely free. Even with a free feature, you get credit updates on the daily. So once again, a very, very great and powerful website to really be using early on. Next up, we have Quizzle, which is its former name, as it's now known as Bankrate, which you can use and view your Vantage Score 3.0 from TransUnion for free. Now, it also updates on the weekly and allows you access to your TransUnion credit report, which is super, super nice. A lot of these kind of websites and services we're talking about don't give you access to your full report, so getting it through Quizzle is a fantastic feature. So next up, we have Credit.com, which is worth looking into because it gives you your Vantage 3.0 score through Experian, as well as your full Experian credit report. Like I said, getting that full credit report is a rare feature with a lot of these websites, so it's very worth considering maybe using this said service. And it's also worth mentioning that your score is going to get updated every 14 days, so it isn't going to be daily or weekly like a lot of the other services, but like I said, it's a trade-off. You do have access to your full online credit report. So that about covers all of the free services when it comes to checking your Vantage scores. So let's dive on into some of the more paid and premium packages that are offered out there. Well, if you need your Vantage score from all three of the major credit bureaus, great site to start checking all of that on is going to be truecredit.com. Now, also you'll be receiving your Vantage 3.0 scores from this website, like all the previous one, and for one-time scores through this said website, you'll receive reports and scores through TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax for only $14.95. You also have the ability to lock and unlock your TransUnion and Equifax report within seconds, but that doesn't include Experian, which is to note. They do have a more premium subscription plan as well, which you can receive reports and scores from all three of the major credit bureaus for $24.95 per month, and you'll also have access to their Credit Compass feature, which helps guide you to your ideal score. Kind of gives you a personalized plan, if you will, for building up your credit. Identity Guard is also another website which offers two separate plans for checking your Vantage scores, with the total plan being at $16.67 per month, which you'll receive monthly credit score updates as well as alerts for any changes made at any of the three major credit bureaus. And in addition, you'll also receive alerts if you're making high-risk transactions, which is a fantastic feature, as well as if anybody's attempting to open checking or any type of new lines of credits on your said kind of credit score or social security. So they do offer a ultra plan as well at $25 per month, and you'll receive monthly credit score as well as monitoring for any changes of the three major credit bureaus. And in addition to the features provided with the total plan, you'll also receive monitoring for your credit and debit cards. So next up, if you want to have peace of mind without breaking the bank, Identity IQ is a perfect option for you, and we use this here at the Credit Agents as well. So with the Secure Max plan, you have a $29.99 per month fee, but you'll have access to all three of your scores and reports for monitoring of all of them working with Vantage scores, as well as you'll also receive alerts on any score changes or kind of crimes committed in your name, which is great if you're worried about somebody kind of stealing your identity. In addition to this, they have the Secure Pro plan at $19.99 per month, and you'll have access to your three credit scores and bureaus biannually, as well as monitoring for all of them, which is fantastic. However, you won't have access to your credit score simulators, as well as trackers, fraud restorations, or identity theft insurance, which is also known as family protection. Well, that's about all I have for today. So I want to thank you guys so much for tuning on into this episode of the Credit Academy. Definitely be sure to check out the links in the description below for our free Facebook group where you can find like-minded individuals starting and beginning their credit journey. And also be sure to check out our other socials, our Instagram, Twitter, as well as our TikTok, and we do have a podcast. So be sure to check all of those things out. And if you're willing to, check out our free 15-minute consultation if you're interested in the services we provide here at the Credit Agents. Once again, thank you guys so much for tuning on in. My name is Michael, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.